Welcome to the Inside Network and another edition of IN60. I'm Peter White and my guest today is Bob Desmond, Portfolio Manager at Claremont Global. Bob, I'm going to ask you a series of short, sharp questions. We're looking for concise answers. You can pass on any one of them and your time starts now. Is there one fundamental characteristic you look for when investing?
Resilience. So the number one thing we're looking for is how does that business perform under adverse circumstances? So when you think of a real deep recession, how is that business performing? Is it generating cash? Is it balance sheet protected? Is it keeping its margins, etc.? That's the number one thing we're looking for is resilience in a business.
What do you think will be the most powerful business theme in the next decade?
I think it's what we're still going through now. I would say the most unique theme at the moment is digital and this whole digital disruption theme and the move to the cloud. We're probably only 20% of the way through that. And you think of all businesses once they've moved everything to the cloud, that enormous upload in computing power, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and all of that. I think that is still in its early stages of its innings. And someone like the CEO of Microsoft has said we're probably going to see percent of spend on IT double over the next decade. So I still think we're going through it now, but I still think it's in its early innings.
If you could only hold one company for the next 5 years, what would that company be?
It would be Alphabet, the parent company of Google. I think it's an astonishing business. It has over 9 apps with over 1 billion users, has an extraordinarily strong balance sheet. It has 120 billion in the bank, net cash. It has over 90% market share in its core product with enormous consumer and business ubiquity. It has free options in terms of its cloud business, which is strong number 3 to Amazon and Microsoft. YouTube is an extraordinary asset as well. If you actually think of the average person from 18 to 49 spends more time watching YouTube than all other channels combined. So it is a very valuable asset. And if you actually look at its valuation, when you strip out the cash and you strip out the loss-making businesses which can't have a negative value, you're essentially paying 25 times core earnings for Google.
What do you perceive as the biggest risk to equity markets in the next 5 years?
No surprises here, Peter. I'd probably go with rising interest rates, I think. We are living through a period of extraordinary monetary policy, so that would probably be the biggest risk, I think.
What's the most unique or unlikely or unusual investment in your portfolio?
I'm going to be a little sneaky here, Peter, and say I think the most unique thing is actually the fund itself, in that it has actually only 10 to 15 stocks in. There are not very many funds you'll find that only have 10 to 15 stocks, and I think the fund in its entirety is actually quite a unique investment.
Pineapple on pizza?
No.
Is there a current fad you think in investment circles that won't last?
Bitcoin.
What's the best source of financial information for investors, do you believe?
Companies' financial reports, annual report. Go and read the annual report of the company itself.
In the event of financial Armageddon, would you hold US dollars, Bitcoin, international equities or property?
High quality international equities.
Bob Desmond, thank you for talking to IN60.
Thank you, Peter.